Dear WWEE, my journey began with you November of 2007. And I say journey because I learned that WWEE is not an organization that just hands out money and wishes you good luck. They rebuild lives. When I walked into WWEE, I found a partner for life. Asking for help from you was probably the hardest thing that I'd ever had to do. It was during that first visit that I had to admit that my life was out of control and that I was not only failing at everything, I was failing miserably. I remember walking into WWEE embarrassed at the way I looked, with gray sweats and hair drawn back in a ponytail, no makeup. And I waited quietly with my head down, all the while thinking this was another waste of my time, because no one could help me, no one cared. I remember the first time meeting Sherry at WWEE. I left her office with a promise of help, a hug, and a feeling of hope for the first time in years. During my next appointment with WWEE, Sherry and I went over a plan to remake my life. My first goal was getting a safe place for the youngest 4 of my 6 children and I to live. She told me that I'd have to do the work, but she'd be there to help. I was confused. I expected a list of rentals, where all I had to do was pack up and move in. And what I got was the advice to buy a paper and get on Craigslist. You gotta love Sherry. But my efforts paid off. And with your help, I found a place where I was finally able to escape the explosive relationship that was defining my life. I remember how it felt standing in that place I called my own. I was alone, and all I could think about was, what the heck am I doing? I was lost. The first few months were hard, but Sherry called every day. No pressure, no demands, and she kept me going. It was like a friend just calling to say hi. And with each call, my confidence grew. My children were beginning to be kids again. They ran and they played without the usual sit down and shut up, or being shuffled off somewhere so that the house was quiet for him. They were learning that it was okay to be happy, and so was I. 4 months after moving out, I went back to college. I thought I must be crazy at 45 years old to be going back to school, but my experience with WWEE gave me hope and the confidence to conquer that roadblock. As I rebuilt my life, I also wanted to improve the way I looked. I got braces on my teeth to repair the damage that years of eating disorders had put on them. Then Sherry took me to the WWEE clothing bank and I shopped for myself for the first time in probably 10 years. Jaws dropped when I walked into that WWEE office in dress pants and a blazer and a new hairstyle and braces and a big metal smile. Months after leaving my ex, I learned that he had stopped drinking and started to get his life together. He had lost everything and given up hope. But I think when he saw that I was succeeding, it gave him hope, and he decided to make changes in his own life. Last year, I graduated from Pierce College with honors, wearing a sticker on my cap that read, "I did it." My children were there to share it with me, as they had worked as hard as I did to get me there. Found out later that my ex was in the audience. He told me he was never more proud of anyone, and I never knew he was there. I wanted to tell the world about my experience and the role we played in my life. I was asked to give speeches, and I loved telling my story because I knew that if I could give even one person hope, then everything I went through was worth it. After every speech, all these people would shake my hand and congratulate me and say I'd be a success at whatever I tried because my heart was in it. And I told them without WWEE, I wouldn't be there. I don't think that WWEE realizes the scope of their work. Yes, they provide training and they give support and guidance for women so they can rebuild their lives, but their reach far extends beyond their programs. I was a 45-year-old woman with 6 kids, no education, no self-esteem, and I was due to be homeless in a few weeks. I had planned my own death because I believed not a soul in heaven or earth cared. I'm here today because we did care. And now I try to affect every life that I touch as we did mine. I have 3/4 left for a bachelor's degree. I have a home, I have a beautiful new smile, and I have self-confidence that can light a room. We kept 4 children out of the welfare system and taught them that no matter what hits them in life, they can recover. We helped inspire my daughter to attend college after watching me graduate at 45. And we helped a man that was lost in anger and alcoholism turn his life around and become an admired employer, a loving father, and a dedicated, sober partner. All of these lives were changed because you helped one person. The chaos theory states that something as small as the flutter of a butterfly's wings can ultimately cause a typhoon halfway around the world. I am proof that that's true. You were the butterfly that came into my life, and I am the typhoon that resulted. Thank you so much, LeAnne.